I said we speaking and we peeping. La-da-da-da-do. I said we speaking and we peeping. La-da-da-da-do.
All right, Speakin Peepin, back again, 6 years later. We got a great legend here today, y'all. By way of Southern California, Mama said?
I was born and raised in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, by way of LA. One of my mentors. And today, y'all, this is Speakin Peepin, 6 years later with MG, and we have Mr. James Wheatley himself, y'all. James.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. James, little introduction. My name is Miles, as I just expressed. Been a dancer here in Sacramento for about 20 years or so, and I know that you're a legend in this movement in Sacramento with dance and just the arts, right? So today we're gonna kind of explore your journey and where you're at to how you got here today. So I want to start with the first question here is tell us a little bit about yourself and your upbringing, James.
Well, I'm retired. I thought I was going to retire from dance, but I didn't do that.
That's all right.
Years ago, there was not much dance in Sacramento as far as I was concerned. I was in a dance company in Los Angeles. When I came here and I started watching people dance, people act, they need training. Los Angeles, there's the dance thing, but I didn't see that here. We're going to teach dance, we're going to teach music, we're going to teach acting.
Three.
The reason I said all those because my experience tells me that if you only do one thing,
right,
you left yourself out of the other stuff. If somebody says, can you, and you can't do it, or you don't know how to answer it, then you're going to be left out. I started Celebration Arts in 1986. People don't understand what learning is. But how do you become good at what you're doing? You're getting instructions on how to do things. You have to be able to take that into your life and then be able to put it out there in your way and be prepared to be able to move from that point and move further into it, learning more and more as you are studying it. You don't learn it all in one time. I was in a dance company in Los Angeles. I had actually started singing before that. I started singing, I was 10, 11 years old.
In the church?
My mother's mother was a piano player, and she said, just get kids out of the neighborhood. And so we had our piano, we were learning how to sing. I was with a Boy Scout troop, and they said we're going to have, every year they'd have a Scout Sunday.
Okay.
And the Scouts would go to church. So I went to a church. Somebody heard me sing in that church and recommended me to somebody who was looking for boys to sing in a movie.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was called The Four Poster. It was a great experience because, one, first you have to listen. People have to listen. You don't give excuses. You listen and say, and then do the best you can. I would do a lot of singing, and I was singing in church. And then I became a choir director in church.
Wow.
So, and I tell people to this day, if somebody offers you an opportunity, what do you say? You don't say no.
Take the opportunity.
You say yes, and then you run as fast as you can and start studying. You had to be prepared to be able to put it out there. I was in that group. We rehearsed 7 days a week. I was also at a dance company. They rehearsed 7 days a week, every single day.
Yes. Because
their goal was to be on television, to be on stage with big stars, whatever. But they had to present the group, and the group had to demonstrate quality so that somebody wanted them, said, oh yeah, okay. I had a regular job, I got promotion, I said, I'm going to Sacramento. I was working for the state of California, Department of Rehabilitation, and I worked my way from being a rehabilitation counselor to a supervisor, and I came north. So I got up out of my seat, I saw the director, and he said, people said, where are you going? I said, I'm going. But I went anyway because they had something called affirmative action that they were trying to implement. And I'm looking around, I said, so I went over there and asked them, I said, introduced myself, they knew who I was.
Yes.
And I said, I saw this memo that you were going to do this, have this job, and I wanted to ask some questions about it. I had that job that afternoon. You have to step out sometimes.
Yes.
People won't wait for opportunity to come to them. You can be good, but that doesn't mean it's every now and then something's going to happen. Somebody's going to look at you. Because what I learned is that if somebody says, can you, Yeah, I can do that. I may not be able to do it. I may not be able to do it all, but I'm gonna find out how to do it. I'm going home and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna learn something. So when I go back, then I have some semblance of what they're looking for. I was at a dance concert, and I was watching the people dance, and Pepper was sitting 2 seats over from me. And I said, Pepper, you need any teachers? So when I teach class, I'm teaching dance technique. I'm trying to get them to use the body to make sure that when they're doing things, their knee is lined up over the foot. Some people will rotate the foot, but the knee is still pointing this way. You're liable to get hurt if you don't watch that. I enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing it. But the people at work knew that I do that.
They knew that.
They came to, there are people who just have one narrow path they follow, and that's all they do. But I said, no, life is too full. You only get one life.
And especially in California, the price of living I feel like you have to work a job to make ends meet.
There's very few things that are free. But you have, so whatever is out there, you take advantage of to learn.
I wanted to ask real fast, and I appreciate you sharing your upbringing and just learning more about you. Pep expressed to me recently, given that it is Black History Month and just Sacramento dance and culture and celebration of art. I know that Pep, you're his mentor, and again, Pep is my mentor, so it's just like this lineage that I'm seeing just amongst us, right? Mm-hmm. How did that begin with Pepper, and how did you meet Pepper here in Sacramento and give him an opportunity?
Years and years and years and years ago, Pepper was starting. He started his group. I had a company, my dance company, and what have you. Yeah. And Pepper called me and it said, "We want to know if we could do a joint concert." Yeah. We did it. So I could not say. I can't say no to him. I said no. He's trying to do something, doing it when he came.
Closed mouths don't get fed. Well, thank you, James, for that first question. I want to get to our next one here. On this one, it's give us a time in your life you overcame one of your most memorable hardships. I decided I wanted to go to college. Because my parents didn't go to college. My mother didn't finish high school. My father, he finished high school. Mm-hmm. But then they had 7 kids. I had to do well in school and then take that and move into college, and I had no idea what I was going to end up doing as a result of college. But I had to go there because what I was seeing in the world is that if you didn't have college, you weren't getting a decent job, or you were getting a job and you might not like the job, but you had to do it in order to live, to get some money coming in. So the thing for me was to go to school, and when I was a senior in school, and I said, I'm not ready to get into the world. I got to go to graduate school. I'm 99 years old, and I don't know everything. There's always something to learn. What I'm hearing, though, James, is that the hardship is that you valued education. It wasn't something common at the time, right? When you were younger and you needed it, you saw in the world that without a proper education, you couldn't make it worthwhile, and especially in the arts, right? And with music and dance and acting, and even expanding further than that, without proper education and book work and just knowing the body, you overcame those hardships by just studying yourself, studying books, studying deeper knowledge.
Every time Alvin Ailey's company would come to town, I'd be there. Had to watch them.
Because you know it's going to be quality, though. Yeah.
Man, these folks could dance.
Yeah.
But they danced every time they hit that stage.
We're on this note of different artists you're throwing out here, so I want to ask you this third question. Name one influential person you look up to and why. One influential person you look up to and why.
Oh. You know, there's not one. Everybody has something.
Everyone's influential.
Everyone has something. There's not one person. I can't just follow one person to just do everything they do. I don't know everything that person does anyway.
Yes.
But I see when I'm with that person, this is what they do.
Right.
And it goes back to me trying to tell folks to listen, to observe things, and then you can carry that with you. Right. You can go home and practice. You can come back and do it because you want to be good, and so you pick up things from everybody. There's lots of things.
I like that.
Okay,
yes.
It's just, to me, I don't even worry about titles.
That's right.
You see, but if you are demonstrating that you want to learn something,
Yes.
and I know how to do it, I can help you.
Yes.
I'll give you some pointers. I will tell you where it is. I'll tell my class every day, each Saturday I'm down here. I said, I just want you to do something. Your feet are standing straight. I just want you to relevate. All right? You're gonna lift which means you're gonna lift your heels off the floor.
Right.
Okay. You don't have to do anything with this. Okay. You don't have to bend over. All you're gonna do is just go up.
Elevate. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Some people can't do that.
No.
They haven't had to do that.
Right.
The women walk around with heels. They look like
they're in relevate.
Ooh, I said, some of y'all, I want you to watch this lady walking by. She go with heels on. I want you to see how she looks. That's how you look when you're walking with heels. You think you're cute, but
It's looking a
no.
mess. Yeah.
But we have to be open to learning things.
Yes.
Okay, that's the thing. There's a lot of people who are not open for various reasons. Sometimes they don't want anybody to tell them you can't do that.
Right.
He said, you may not be able to do it today, but if you keep working on it, you may be able to do it maybe better tomorrow. You might be in the same place, but you keep doing it. Even the people in my class, I said, and I was told them again today, I said, you have to do these exercises every day. If you can get up, I said, I had to do it myself. I get up and I said, I got to do 15, 20 minutes of exercise every morning. I could see the progress I was making. Somebody else might have said it was slow. It's all right. I'm making progress, but I have to. If I devote myself to growing,
Yes.
then I have to do the things. I can't just sit back in the chair, feet up on the.
Slow motion is better than no motion.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Right.
So you have to do the work. You can find the body can do more than you give it permission to do, but you have to work at it. And it's not. And you can't go from here to there in one day. You can go from here to here. Okay.
Progress, steady progress.
But you're going to pretty soon you'll be able to jump. Oh, that's how it is. Because people don't know how they do. There are people they will be slumped over, they slouch. They have to learn how to stand. They have to learn how to walk. There's just so many things they have to learn how to do. But that's what my thing is, to teach them dance technique.
You're unlocking their limitless potential.
Yeah. See, then you can, if you have this technique, you can spread out to other things. Okay. It's like if you have to know how to conduct an interview. You got to be able to walk into place, big and bold, and say, "Hey."
Have that confidence. Yes.
You got to have that confidence.
Yes.
There's questions, and you have it written. There are people that sometimes people write the questions down, sometimes they don't. And I've been in some interviews where people said, "Take the question." Forget that.
Right.
I want to. Okay. Right. There was something I said that prompted them to say, "Let me go another route," and that's the question, which is fine. Because I don't know the question you go ask.
That's organic. That's right.
But I think you meet wonderful people here,
Yes.
all kinds of nationalities and stuff. They have to learn the discipline. They have to discipline themselves in order to do it. Like I'll tell them, watch your feet. Your knees are in the wrong place. You got to go. Your back is not straight. I'll go around and say, you got to work on this, work on that, work on that. And some of them, they said, it's hard. It's hard.
You have to fix those bad habits.
But if you do it, you may not be able to bend over far the first time, but you keep working. Oh, you get a little further over. Okay, right. But you have to keep doing things. And art is like that. I mean, as I said earlier, my first thing was to sing, and I've heard people sing, heard people brag about their singing and how they do, and I go see them, and I said, okay.
It's that intermission break. It's that intermission. On that note of art, it kind of goes into this next fourth question I have, and I'm curious to know, because you say you have the musical background, and I'm into music as well, but give us one song you like to listen to that uplifts you, and if you can sing or rap a bit of it.
I don't have one song.
Okay, well,
I don't say, because you know what happens is, because I started studying a voice when I was very young, so I learned classical music and operatic music, and popular stuff. I learned all kind of stuff. Somebody says, what kind of music do you sing? I sing everything.
So it's like dance. It's modern.
Yeah. They say, oh, you can't do anything. I said, you asked me a question, and I gave you an answer. You may not like the answer.
Yeah.
You may think I'm a smart ass, but if you ask me, there's a song that I really like to do because I heard a singer do it. It's called Vesti la Giubba.
Vesti la Giubba.
Vesti la Giubba. It's in Italian.
Italian song, okay.
Oh, and the guy's in the clown face, and he sings and Ridi Pagliaccio, and I can't end that song without being in tears.
It's emotional, like that.
It's very emotional. I can sing something else that is very light. I mean, I want to be able to sing anything.
Yes.
So if I'm gonna do Vesti la Giubba, I better put that in the right place.
Right. With all the words and
if I put it in the wrong place, I gotta wipe my ears. I gotta come back and do something else. But I learned how to sing in different languages. But I wanted to see what the words are in English.
To translate, right.
I can't just sing sounds. I'm not singing sounds. I'm singing a story that's in there. So if I know the story, then I know how to sing it.
Right.
So there are people that don't understand that. They just said, I can sing. Yeah, you can probably
sing, but do you have the emotions behind it to?
If you understand it, there are lots of songs out there, and people mimic them all the time.
Right.
But do they know how that song came about? The person was sitting down at the piano or somewhere, and they decided, and it came to them, and they wrote this song, and they get out and sing it. Now that person they have a job each time they go out in public and sing to make the people listening to them understand how they're feeling when they sing that song.
To convey that emotion, that message.
You can mail in a performance.
Right.
Or you can be that performance, you see. So, me from an artistic standpoint, whether I'm dancing and singing or acting, I have to be that. I've got to be that person. I got to be those. I have to be those words. And if I got 5, 6 songs, 10 songs and sing, I've got to live each song as I sing it.
Right.
Okay.
Is there one on the tip of your tongue or top of your brain that you're feeling at this current stage?
Well, just like I told you, Mama Vesti la Giubba.
Yeah.
I've never been a clown.
Yeah.
In the circus, but if you understand how he got to that part, why he's singing that song.
In such way, with those emotions.
Oh man, you just fills you. You feel it. So you study a song. I ask people, you come to audition. We're going to do a musical, and you need to sing something, and they sing it. And one of the things I do said, why'd you pick that song? They couldn't tell you, or they knew it already. Do you know what the words mean? Do you understand the words? And I'll ask that question because people don't know what they're singing. They memorize the words, but they don't understand what those words mean. And that's all a part of the art. If you're going to be something, if you're going to be an artist, you have to understand what it is that you're doing. Okay? Yeah. So when I'm teaching them, I tell people that we're going to lift the leg here, and you're going to do this, and your foot's going to whatever it is. If you might be able to do it, or maybe some people their leg is out here, and some people all they can do is get it here.
Right.
The goal is you give yourself goals to be able to lift that leg high, and then you don't stop there. No. Oh, my next goal, I'm gonna get that leg. It's going up. It's going up. There's some people. It's like I just said earlier. This lady walked in class. She wasn't warmed up, and she put it.
Boom.
Oh man! I said, "Whoa, I'm in trouble here," but I got to go to work. I got to work.
Yeah.
I may not. I can't do it. You put me against the wall. My leg is not going to touch that. My foot's not going to touch that. But when I lift my leg, I'm going to lift it. So you're going to think that. I mean, what else could he do at that moment?
It's firm, yeah. And you can either say, oh, she can only do that, or I can work towards doing the same thing if I apply myself and train to get there.
Right. But see, she could do that, but there were other things she couldn't do.
Right.
I could do them, but she couldn't do them. Oh, we could talk. How do we do this? How do we get? Yeah, we got to work. So there's sharing in things.
Yes.
There's sharing.
Coexisting. Yes. And
Yeah.
just being able to teach each other.
Yeah, you got to be able to teach it, and that's the thing. I don't want to go around and I don't carry myself and say I know everything and I don't. You nothing. You don't anything. You're nowhere near me. I don't have time to deal with you. There was a young lady who gave a speech at Barack Obama's
Inauguration.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that what she said and the way she delivered it made other people want her to come. And,
Yes.
yeah. But if she hadn't done it as well as she did,
Right.
all those invitations she's gotten since then.
You're right. Would have never happened. Failure's not an option. You have to challenge yourself, but train yourself well enough so that you can grow. You can do something that you set your mind to, but you can't have that defeatist mindset. And you have to be able to say you're committed to it. You're gonna grow to learn whatever it is that you want to expand. I got one final question
Okay.
for you. What is your dream job? I know you mentioned you are retired, and if you are in it, what do you enjoy most about it?
I think that there's just lots of things that are happening in the world, and I think that what Pepper and Mary have been doing, and I've known them since they started, and working with and teaching dance and bringing other people. You look at that board over there when you go out in the lobby. Look at all those teachers. I said, all the people teach when they teach. But you see, you come in here during the week, and watch the classes,
Yes.
and you watch the impact of what they're teaching on the people they're taking, whether they're young and old.
Yes.
They like what they enjoy it. I never got paid. I get paid to teach here. I didn't ask. I said, "Do you need to teach?" I didn't ask them. They said, "How much you charge?" Oh, I got to charge. I don't care about charging.
Yes.
That's just me. Okay. They can't put a crazy person like me in the thing. Okay. But what I really enjoy doing is teaching the folks how to do something. And if we do it, then I put it on them, and to exercise every day,
Yes.
to do it again in the morning, and do the stretching and strength building, things you work on in the class, work on them at home. When you come here, you will see the progress.
Absolutely.
I have fun. I tell people to enjoy life, and you can't enjoy life if you're sitting in the closet.
That's right.
You got to get out and do things. You have to step forward. And if somebody asks you, you say, "Yep." I may not be able to do it today, but tomorrow I'll be, or the next few minutes I'm going to be doing it. Okay, but the opportunities knock, but a lot of people are not ready
Take
for the
that step.
opportunity.
That's right.
You got to be able to.
Let's keep expanding. This has been Speaking Peepin. We're reviving it after 6 years. Started with Mr. James Wheatley, the legend himself, y'all, from Los Angeles to Sacramento. And I thank you again for just giving me the time to interview you. Blessings to you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll end it with a handshake.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I'll help you out. Yes, sir.